Hello everyone, welcome to the EPL preview show. We just got done with game week 1 of the EPL 2020-2021 season. So as expected, we had some expected results. We also had some surprising performances, and then we have some exciting updates for this week as well. So let's get straight into it. So an hour ago, we had the last game of this game week, Brighton playing Chelsea, and that was a pretty interesting game. So we just saw like both teams were pretty good at it. Brighton kind of dominated Chelsea because they were playing at home. They dominated possession, and then they were playing good on the attack as well. From what Chelsea eventually came out winners, 3-1 winners. But then what I can see is like Chelsea, the way Timo Werner and they were playing, Chelsea will be a good team to look for on the counter attack. It was difficult for Chelsea to create chances when they were dominating with the ball. They had the ball with them. So going into the season, I believe Chelsea will be a threat on the counter. So next week they play Liverpool. So I believe Chelsea might get a good result against Liverpool next week. But this was a good result. 1-3. They got the job done. So on to the next week. So Brighton, I think they have a bright chances of being in the Premier League this season if they be consistent with this type of performances going ahead. So let's see how those two teams fare this coming season. Following up, the other game today was Sheffield United and Wolves. Wolves scored 2 early goals, which just put Sheffield United on the back foot, and then Sheffield United never was able to come back and put some hold onto the game. But easy win for Wolves, so they go on to the next week with 3 points, good confidence booster into the new Premier League. So good results there. And then the previous matches we had over the weekend was West Ham Newcastle. As I predicted, Newcastle will win because I'm still seeing West Ham struggle in the transfer market, and they're still trying to gel the new players and manager for this season. So it'll be a long season for West Ham United. So a good result for Wolves. Two debutants, Callum Wilson and Jeff Hendrick, on the score sheet, and I expect Callum Wilson to score more goals in the coming weeks. Another result was Crystal Palace beating Southampton 1-0. Southampton dominated the game most of the time, but Crystal Palace, after scoring a goal, just back on the back foot, and then they went on to with the result. So I think it's a good result, good 3 points for Crystal Palace going into the next game week. And then the top 3 games, I believe, which we had over the week was Arsenal playing Fulham away, which was, I believe it was a pretty interesting game. I mean, Willian dominated the game. Willian was signed from Chelsea this season for free, and Gabriel, the defender, he put on a man of the match performances, considering the fact that he hasn't played a single minute of football for the last 6 months. So Fulham, I believe, will be a relegation contenders. They might get relegated. So I believe this was a good result for Arsenal going into the season. They play West Ham next, which can be an easy game again for them to get some more 3 points. Following up, the most epic result was Liverpool versus Leeds United. It ended up 4-3 to Liverpool, but man, that game was pretty amazing. Leeds United coming back into the Premier League after 16 years, and as I expected, as I said in the first video, how Leeds United will be a team to watch for this season. Their defense, their attack, and the way they were playing games, they were putting Liverpool on the back foot. And to note, Liverpool were playing at home this time, and they were dominated by Leeds United in possession. I think Liverpool had more shots, but in possession and in the final third, Leeds United were coming and dominating Liverpool at home. But I believe there was a good result. Leeds United should not be discouraged with this. They can build on to this into the next games, and I can see them getting more points and eventually finishing in the top 10 this season. So I think 3 points for Liverpool, but I believe a word of encouragement for Leeds United. They'll do good this coming season. And then the shocking result was a Sunday night game between Tottenham and Everton. Tottenham playing at home, but they ended up losing 1-0 to Everton. And Everton, I believe the midfield, the way they played, they were pretty compact, and they knew what they were trying to do. James Rodriguez, he created more chances in a single game ever after Alexis Sanchez has did for Arsenal. So I believe James Rodriguez, if he builds on this performance, I believe he'll be a great player to watch in this season for EPL. And I believe he will be the main to-go guy for Everton going ahead. So if Everton builds on this, Everton will be a great shot to hit the top 6 and fighting for them, fighting the top 6 players and teams this season. So Everton, great result. Tottenham again Mourinho needs some, I believe he's back at it in his conferences, blaming the players and the team, but I believe he needs to strategize and make his tactics better for upcoming games. It'll be a tough season now for Tottenham if they carry on this performances going ahead. They need to create more from the midfield. I know they have Son, they have Kane, and they have Lucas Moura in the front three. But if they need a proper number 10 or creative midfielder who can score and create goals for them. And I believe they'll require a proper defender as well, which can help them going ahead. So this was pretty interesting games, and I'm looking forward for Manchester United and Manchester City, who didn't play this weekend. So they'll be playing this coming weekend. So I see how they fare. Man City will have interesting games against Wolves going ahead. So that'll be an interesting game, and see how Man City come up against. I believe Man City will be into their top form. Man United have an easy game against Crystal Palace. I assume they should win comfortably at home. So let's see. I'm looking forward to what more transfers are going on. The biggest transfer so far I've heard is Arsenal have sold their backup keeper Emiliano Martinez, and he's almost to be signed for Aston Villa. So I believe that's a good signing for Aston Villa, because he's a good shot stopper. So considering the fact if Aston Villa's defense is not that good, they'll probably concede less if the defense and their goalkeeper complement each other. So I believe going ahead, I believe Chelsea is still looking for a goalkeeper and a defensive midfielder. Let's see how they cope up in the coming weeks. And Arsenal will still definitely sign a couple of midfielders before the transfer window ends. So let's see how it materializes. And another signings, I believe Man City recently, they are in the market. They're saying they're going to sign Jose Maria Gimenez from Atletico Madrid, about $80 odd million. Let's see if that finalizes, and there'll be some signing from Man City. And then following up, I believe Liverpool, if they want, I believe it will be tough if Liverpool don't make any signings before the transfer window. It will be tough for them to defend the Premier League this season. So I hope Liverpool sign someone if they want to keep on fighting for the Premier League this season. So that's the updates for this weekend. It was very interesting. I'm looking forward for this coming week. I'll be back in 2-3 days to talk about the predictions and fantasy players which you can pick for this game week 2, and we'll have all the 20 teams playing this weekend. So it'll be in 2-3 days. I'll be back with some predictions. So I'm looking forward and how it materializes, and I'll keep you posted on that one. So I hope you like this video. If you have any comments and what you think about this previous game week, please comment your suggestions and your opinions, what you think, and what teams are going to finish in the top 4, top 6, who's going to get relegated, and share your views who will be in top 4 5 players to look for this coming season and who will be consistently performing. So that's it for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll make sure to make some more videos for you guys. Thank you, take care, be safe.